go back again with another video, and yes, today's video is to do with news coming out from Italy from a guy called Fabrizio Romano. Yes, this Italian has some news to do with Sunderland's, managerial situation in the future. Now, Tony Mowbray doing a great job at this moment in time with the shoestring, budget and players. A lot of players out injured, doing a fantastic job with the lads that he has. A brilliant squad, young lads coming through. He's getting them playing some absolutely amazing football. At times, the defence is a bit leaky, but we have players out like Ballard, like Bart, and also like Alessia. So we have a lot of, and we've lost Bailey Wright too. So a lot of solid youthful and experienced defenders are out of the Sunderland side. So you can understand why at times we will let goals in. But the performances have improved at the right time of the season, and Tony Mowbray has taken the lads into the 6th position in the Championship, almost within grasping reach of the playoffs in the first time of asking in the Championship. And a lot of people thought in the Championship we've got to hold our own, stay afloat, stay above the relegation zone, and that'll be a good season. But we've excelled. The lads have excelled themselves. The lads were fantastic yesterday against West Brom, and the second goal, 15 touches before Dennis Serkin puts that ball in the back of the net. Absolutely superb performance yesterday. The highlight of the season for me. The best performance of the season for me. Especially with, lads like Luke O'Nien, first in midfield and now put into centre-back. He's been all over the park. You've got Dennis Serkin, left-back, playing left centre-back. And you've also got Trey Hume, a right-back, playing at right centre-back. So we do have, they're all very small as well. But saying that, Trey Hume and Luke O'Nien do leap very high. And Dennis Serkin's brilliant with his head. So they do have qualities for the lacking of height. But yeah, it's a makeshift defence. We all know that. And yesterday was a superb performance. But this Fabrizio Romano is saying that Sunderland are going to look for a new head coach in the coming season. What's your thoughts on that? I think it is I think it's bang out of order if that's the case. Tony Mowbray, first season, he was brought in, yes. He was brought in when Alex Neil did leave Sunderland, probably as a stopgap to the end of the season. I don't know what the contract was, but he's proved his worth at Sunderland. Now, is there any truth in this, or is it absolute bollocks? I'm going to give you two sides of the coin. The first side of the coin is Tony Mowbray has getting a bit frustrated in recent weeks since the January window, possibly and onwards, to do with, a lot of players being injured and not being able to get some players in, or he's wanting to get players in, or he's making his mouth go a little bit about getting players in next season. So they want someone who, toes the line, stands behind the white line, does as they're told. Not somebody who's going to open the mouth and cause a bit of bother. Now, if Tony Mowbray's fell out a little bit with the hierarchy, and it's only allegedly, you can see why they may want to have a change. But why would you bring in Francesco Ferroli from God knows where, another Italian? But apparently, I think he's Italian, I'm not sure. He's been managing in Turkey, in teams that I can't even pronounce. The first team he managed, somebody called Flath or something, or Faith. 27 games in charge, won 11, drawn 8, lost 8. And then Allianz Spor, 10th at this moment in time in the Turkish Super League with a -10 goal difference. Why would we want to bring this young 35-year-old inexperienced coach, goalkeeping coach into Sunderland when you have the experience of Tony Mowbray? And I think he does deserve another season. Whether he was your choice, my choice, it wasn't my choice when he came in, but he has proved what he can do yesterday with a threadbare squad, with a young, talented side getting together and playing that kind of football yesterday was superb. So you can tell he's got the right. He is getting them. He's getting them working all together. At this moment in time, and look at the results behind us: a 1-1 draw with Luton, a 4-4 draw with Hull. There's the defence. A Cardiff 1-0 win, but that could have been a 4-3 win if we'd hung on. If we used the experience of the players and hung on to the ball in the corner with the corner flag, they could have hung on. And we did that yesterday. The experience came through with Roberts and Pritchard. So they did learn a little bit. Then we got the Cardiff victory, the Birmingham victory, the Huddersfield 1-1 draw, where we're a little bit naive, letting the player run from the halfway line to have a shot. Should have been taken out. Go for the ball, of course. Don't just wipe them out. And then West Brom yesterday, the pinnacle for me of the season, with a good 2-1 win. Played 6, won 3, drawn 3 and lost none. in that. So there's always one team that comes with that late rattle into the playoffs and makes it into the playoffs and then makes it to the Premier League. Can we be that one team? So why would we want to go and change managers and bring this young, inexperienced manager? And if we get promoted to the Premier League, have him in the Premier League. I think, on that side of the coin with Tony Mowbray wanting his own way, falling out, allegedly, I can see why they want to do something different. But at the same time, why? Why now? Why now, with 2 games to go, would you want to suddenly spring this on the world, upset the apple cart, upset the players, upset Tony Mowbray? Why the fuck would you want to do that right now? Bad timing. I think it's goddamn bad timing. Or is it this Fabrizio Romano, who is a fucking Watford fan? And who do we play on Saturday? Yes, Watford. Is he talking bollocks to upset the Sunderland side so you can see his beloved Watford take advantage of it? Now, for me, I'm hoping Tony Mowbray can last it out and prove everybody wrong. And if it's a case where they want somebody in new, I hope he really gets the team rallied round each other, gets them playing, just as he did against West Brom yesterday, and take the next 2 games and get into the playoffs and get promoted and shove it up somebody's arse if that was the case. But if it's not the case, it's just this bloke causing shit because his team Watford's coming to town on Saturday and he wants to see his lads win against Sunderland, then screw you. But he's done the business and he's done his job. He's got the Sunderland Echo printing it in the paper, headlines, change of head coach. Why on earth would the Sunderland Echo want to fall for that and then upset the Sunderland players and upset Tony Mowbray just before the biggest games of the season when the playoffs are around the corner? Doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But, that's a journalist. They should keep things a bit quiet for me until after these games are played. I'm hoping Tony Mowbray doesn't let this upset the players one single bit and we can perform at the weekend. It will be an absolute sellout at the weekend. I can imagine close to 45,000 fans going there to support the lads against Watford. And I hope we beat Fabrizio Romano's, shoves it up his fucking arse and beat Watford at the weekend. Anyway, enough of that. I do not want Tony Mowbray being replaced this summer. Simple as no. If we don't get promoted, well done Tony Mowbray, well done the lads, an amazing season. You've rose above all expectations. There's been some low points, the 5-1 drubbing against Stoke. There is going to be low points in the season, but there's also been some great points like yesterday. There's that video going around with Gelhardt shoving the West Brom play up. I'm going to show you a bit of footage now of what that... You watch carefully the build up to the goal. Watch Gelhardt in the build up to the goal. Watch what that West Brom dirty player does to Gelhardt. Now it's the same player who fell over on his arse when Gelhardt brushed his side, caressed his shoulder. He rolled around on the ground holding his face, play acting, cheating, blatant cheating. You watch what that lad does to Gelhardt. Shoves him. And then he's battling with him in the box and Gelhardt just shoves him back over. And watch how hard actually Gelhardt shoves him. And watch how he falls on it. And guy, 6'5", built like a brick shithouse, rolling around on the ground like that. Be ashamed of yourself, lad. Absolutely ashamed of yourself. Here's a bit of footage now. Right, watch top left-hand side. There. He pushes Gelhardt there. Then they're in the box, top left. Jostling with each other. And then Gelhardt turns round and just pushes them gently. So there we go. What's your thoughts on that? Gelhardt, well done. I'm pleased the referee didn't send you off for it, but it would have been hard lines because he pushed Gelhardt a lot harder than Gelhardt brushed up against him. Anyway, there we go. So, games coming up at the weekend. We do have Coventry games. Coventry 1 point above Sunderland, plus 10 goal difference, and they play Birmingham at home. That's the Midlands derby. Birmingham in decent form. Could they pull it out the fire and turn 1-0 on Coventry? And then they have Middlesbrough. Coventry have Middlesbrough away, a massive match. Middlesbrough in great form, fantastic run of form. That's a difficult game. Then underneath that is Sunderland 65, same goal difference, 1 point behind. Watford and Preston, we all know about that. But below that is Millwall plus 7. Sunderland got 3+ goal difference over Millwall. Millwall away to Blackpool. They got beat off Wigan at the weekend, a relegation battle. And now they play the next one up in Blackpool. Another relegation battle. So Millwall will find that difficult too. Then they play Blackburn. That could be a massive match at the end of the season. Then on the same point as Sunderland, but with a minus 1,000 goal difference, is Blackburn. Minus 1,000 goal difference, Blackburn. Blackburn playing at home to Burnley. Burnley a due win. Blackburn playing at home to Luton. Luton are on fire. Blackburn playing away to Millwall. Well, all up for grabs there. Then we move to West Bromwich Albion. West Bromwich Albion away to Sheffield United. Second in the table. Looking to bounce back from that defeat in the FA Cup. Then they go, that's this week. We'll see that one this week. This is this week. And also the Burnley versus Blackburn match is this week. Then at the weekend, West Brom versus Norwich. Norwich have to win that game after they're beaten against Swansea. So Norwich have got to go to West Brom. And they've got to get a result if they want a chance of sneaking into the playoffs. If results went their way. And then West Brom away to Swansea. Swansea were 250 to 1 before last weekend's game. They beat Norwich and now they're moving within, they've still got a lot to do. 4 points of the playoffs, but they will, if all goes down to the wire, they're going against West Brom. So, I think Blackburn and West Brom have got difficult runs in. Millwall. Coventry, I think Coventry possibly could turn over Birmingham and make it into the playoffs. So there we go. It's all to play for. Fabrizio Romano, you can go and do one. Sling your hook. Tony Mowbray is going nowhere. We want Tony Mowbray to stay. Even if we get promoted to the Premier League, give the lad his just desserts. He's only 59 years of age. With a back and a bit of support with some cash. Let him have a season in the Premier League. Let him have his swan song. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. What's your thoughts? Is it bollocks? Or is there some truth in it? And do you want Tony Mowbray to stay next season? Does he deserve to stay? I think he deserves to stay. The kids, the lads, as you can see from the results, are rising to the challenge under Tony Mowbray. Playing for Tony Mowbray. Camaraderie, the teamwork is all there. Look at that second goal yesterday. Look at the players celebrating. They were absolutely cock-a-hoop, over the moon. Come together as a unit. The likes of Mishoot, the likes of Roberts, Sirkin, all celebrating Dan Neil. That's what you want to see together. You want to see brothers in arms. So well done, Sunderland. Well done, Tony Mowbray. You're going nowhere. Don't sack him. Don't let him go. Keep him for another season. He deserves another season. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. We'll see you next time in the Mad Mistake. So I will be doing the draw for the shirts, the USA shirt and the Sunderland shirt. You have a choice which one you want. I'll do the draw for that for the 2-1 result against West Brom. I'll do the draw out of the hat for everyone who's getting the correct score on the preview video. And I want to say a big thank you to Angelic Skin, who won the competition and he received his shirt from Chris the taxi driver. Thank you, Chris taxi driver. And we got this, and he gave us in return. Thank you so much, much appreciated, Angelic Skin 77. 100 years SAFC Cup. What an absolutely wonderful and beautiful cup that is. That is superb. Thank you so much. That is much appreciated. Absolutely fantastic. That goes pride of place on the shelf. Thank you very much. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. That's absolutely wonderful. Really appreciate it.